What up, everybody? What up, everybody? What up, everybody? Let me get to the spot. Let me get to the spot. This is Plan Your Greatness, and I am your gracious host, Carlton Hamilton. There's somebody sitting in my seat here in the office. Somebody must be a little shorter than me. All right, I'm back in the office, and let's get right to it. Another weigh-in, 240.5. And as you saw the other day, I am now down to, I've lost almost, I'm at the 30-point mark. I'm going to celebrate with some garbage food once I break into the to the 30s. Once I get like comfortably in the 30s, that I know once I eat this meal, I'm not going to go back over into the 40s. So I'm going to probably be around 235, 236. So yeah, but let's get started. And if you listen real quick, got a little background music, some Afro rock. It says the Lafayette Afro Rock Band. All right, so I just wanted to put a little background music to see how that works. But this is the topic for this video. It's called Leaders Predict, Losers React. Let me get a little closer so you can, come on. Yeah, there you go. Get in focus, camera. Act right. All right. Leaders predict, losers react. All right. And I wanted to talk specifically about that because these are things that I've experienced in my life, and I think they will be very relevant as I lay them out in these videos. Leaders predict, losers react. All right. Now let's put ourselves in the mindset of somebody who's really trying to create something. They want to kind of hedge their bets. They want to predict. So when you're in that mindset of predicting, these are common things that you do. You try to gather as much data. You try to rely on your own experiences, talking to other people, what experiences that they've had. You rely on maybe some mentors or some coaching. You look at some mistakes, some failures that you've made, other people's mistakes, failures. You look for the feedback from all these experiences. You look at maybe some things that you've done, some calculated risks, and some educated guesses that you've come up with, some scenarios. All that does is what I call causing the effect. Okay? When you're predicting, you're hedging on causing the effect that you want. You gather all this stuff, and so you're saying, based on all this information that I've gathered, this is the type of outcome that I figure it's going to be. Okay? Now, that's a leader. Leader is predicting. The losers are reacting. Now, here, listen to the difference. That when you're reacting, you really have no plan. You have no direction. You have no purpose. And that is all grounded in fear. Now, what happens with that fear is it causes you to be unpredictable and inconsistent. Okay? Now, a lot of people do is they constantly go through this process of read, react with life. We hear that in athletics. Now, that's a different scenario. Reading, reacting. However, the smart athlete is doing the predicting. From the experience, they said, I'm going to read based on all the experience that I have and knowledge and film study. I'm going to hedge my bet that I believe that they're going over in this direction. Almost to, they're like, man, this guy knew exactly what we're at. Well, they've done their study. All right. So if you go back in your life and look at all the things that you have reacted to and how they came out, real quickly, you'll go, you know what? I see the pattern. I see based on my reactions, that was happening. But if you don't take that information and apply it going forward, you're going to continue to read and react, and you're going to be going in this circle. And we all know that understanding from what Einstein said. You keep doing the same thing, expecting something else. You really are crazy. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to find the cause of your effect, as opposed to what I said when the person is predicting. They are causing the effect. See the difference? All right. Now, as you can see, I try to keep my head nice and shaved. You know, as you can see, now I'm losing a little bit, but I keep it nice and shaved. I try to keep my face nice and shaved. As you saw on the board, I'm losing weight. I'm getting in shape. I shouldn't say losing weight, but it's going somewhere. Somebody else got it. I ain't got it no more. So I've lost almost 30 pounds. And now people clearly, and if you go back and look at some of the old videos, that's going to trip you out. Go back and look at some of the old videos and then look at my face now and see where it's gone. And I haven't done any pills or anything like that. I just have been eating better. I've actually been fasting a little bit deeper as far as I've been doing some all day fast. I've been doing some 24-hour fasting. It's just, I just fight off the cravings, and I just, because I know that my body, once I sleep, my body is really going to go into that mode of just, burning away at that fat. So, but the reason why I bring that working out part of it is it's predicting, because what I want is 3 areas. I want to make sure that if I go out and play any sports, I don't hurt myself. I want to make sure that my body is in good health. I don't want to be a burden on my kids or somebody else. And the last thing is, I'm getting my sexy back. I'm not even trying to joke around. I'm trying to get myself to look good, that when I take off these clothes, that I feel good about myself, and that other person is looking and saying, dang, ooh, you look good. No, hey, that's exactly how I want them to react, because I want my body, I'm getting it in good shape, because I gotten it down before, so I know what it looks like when it's super duper healthy. And so I'm trying to get right back to that. All right. So again, I'm predicting. I'm not just eating and then all of a sudden going, oh man, I sure would like to be in good shape. That's just reacting to that. So I'm making sure I'm not doing that. All right. So the other example I wanted to use was studying for a test. Now, I graduated from ASU with right around a 3.0 GPA. All right. So I know that when I studied, when I went to see the professors, when I went to see the study groups, and I prepared and everything, when I walked into and the teacher handed out test, okay, we got a test today, I would be very certain that I was going to fall somewhere in between an 85 and a 95 on the test. Very easily. Because I was predicting, I was doing all the things that was predicting the type of outcome that I was going to have. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So when I was locked up, as I'm talking to you, as I'm talking to all you guys out there, guys and girls, I'm talking to myself. And what I realized is that all of us in there were losers. And some people, oh, you're shaming these. Yeah, since I'm talking about me and I'm talking about everybody that was around me at that moment, we were all losers. And why were we all losers? Because I can say with 100% certainty, we were all reactors. We all looked at our environments. We looked at our past. We looked at everything from our 5 senses at what was impacting our lives. And we allowed it to push us to make those decisions. So since we allowed the outside influences to affect our inside thinking, I would think the same way, so I would feel the same way, so I would react the same way. So what was happening? I was getting the same thing. Circular. Very sad circular behavior. So as I say that, I say right now, when you start asking yourselves those 3 questions, this gets repeated all the time. When I ask myself those 3 questions, this is what happens. You begin to create and you begin to predict with almost 100% certainty your success. Okay? Your greatness. You are now, as I say, you are planning your greatness. Very simply, that's what you're doing. Now, the other term that I've come across, and I love the way it sounds, they say bending reality. I think Steve Jobs says this in his book, and I've heard other people jump on that and use it as well. And so now I'm using it. Bending reality. What do I interpret that meaning? is that I am now asking the questions. I know exactly what I want. I know why I want it. I can actually see it in my mind's eye before it's out here. And because of that, my reality is now I'm actually forming it. I'm shaping it, contouring it into exactly what I want. So in a sense, my reality, I'm bending it into the shape that I want it. And so I also believe, and I believe this is very powerful. Now, follow me on this. I believe that once you start doing that, okay, the universe, and when I say the universe, I mean everybody outside of me, begins to move, conspire with me to make sure what it is I'm trying to do comes to physical existence. I honestly believe that. I can look you guys right in the eye and I say that when I start doing that, when I am planning what I want and I see it and I feel it, it becomes a part of me, then everybody else just subconsciously, I'm attracting all them into helping me get what I need. And I'm not using anybody. It's just that they become assistants. They conspire with me to make things happen. So as I close with that, my challenge again is to ask yourself the 3 questions. What do you want? Why do you want it? And put that mental picture in your mind. Because what I'm understanding is that when you believe so strongly in your mind, you want something. Your mind, your subconscious, all levels, whether it's your analytical mind, your unconscious mind, your conscious mind, all those things together cannot tell the difference on whether that image in your mind is the same as an image out in the world. So it starts to bring it saying, okay. So now I'm going to bring it into the real world so it could be seen. You follow me on that? All right. So ask yourself the 3 questions. What do you want? Why do you want it? And can you imagine it in your mind's eye first before you see it out in the world? And then you will start the process of where you are now, what I call you're predicting as opposed to reacting. All right. This is Plan Your Greatness. And I'm going to say this again. Plan your greatness. Why? Because no one else will. All right. I will see you all next time. Later.